What is up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of upcoming mods for Fallout 4. If you guys have never seen this series before, basically what it is all about is I'll show you some work in progress pictures, videos, or just some other assets provided publicly by some different mod authors detailing a mod they are working on at this time. It is also important to remember when watching this video that a lot of these mod authors are working at different paces and for free. They're providing content to us for free and at their own expense oftentimes. So don't rush them or nag them, just appreciate their work, but let them work on their own terms. As always, if you guys do enjoy the video, one way you could support is by leaving a like or a comment. But with all that being said, let's just jump straight into it. So before we jump into the first mod, I do want to address one comment I did receive on the last video. Here it is on screen right now. Basically it's saying that a lot of the mods in the series have just kind of went to gun mods and not anything else, and that made the series turn to shit. This actually had a lot more upvotes when I originally looked at it. I think it had like 16 before I guess people downvoted it. Regardless, it still has a lot of upvotes for some comments on my videos. So going forward, I'm definitely going to make an effort to include less gun mods, or at least try to, unless they're extremely high quality, and more other mods, and have maybe more of a better mix in each episode. As a response to it, most mod authors really just make gun mods. It's just the reality. We have more weapon mods than any other mod category, so naturally most mod authors are going to be working on gun mods and not as many other mods. But again, this is something I will try and fix in the future. Obviously there is a large portion of people agreeing with it, and just as a FYI, I'm always open to constructive criticism. When you watch one of these videos, don't think of it as kind of a closed slate. If you want something to be changed in something of my style or something like that, again, just leave a comment. I read all the comments, and I just don't think it could really hurt in any way. With that being said, now let's actually get into the first mod, which hopefully will at least partially address this. That's going to be called Transfer Settlement. So what this is going to be is a mod allowing you to transfer settlements from one save to another save, or even, in a much kind of larger sense, transfer settlements from one game console to another game console, that being probably PC to Xbox One. This is being developed by Dante, I'm not really sure how to pronounce it. Regardless, this is the mod author that brought us the Restore Power Armor Frames mod. I did show you that a few weeks ago. Another really high quality mod, and again, all these mods are not weapon mods or armor mods. They're actually mods pushing the game forward in some way, or a quality of life fix. I was talking to this mod author in Discord yesterday, and he did explain to me how this mod's going to work. I'm using his video in the background. It's very informative and detailed, so watch that if you don't really get it from this, or if you just want to see a more detailed variant of what's going on. But more or less, it's going to be broken up into two tools. One of these is going to require Fallout 4 script extender, and it's going to allow you to kind of import and export some of these different settlements from your save. So you can import it from save 1, build it up, and then export it to another save, etc., etc. That in itself is extremely cool, and I would be extremely hyped for something like that, but this actually takes it a step further. Obviously, Fallout 4 script extender not being available to console users does kind of eliminate them from that option, so he's adding even more functionality in another tool. So the secondary tool will now convert those files that you previously exported into a mod, and then you can put it in the creation kit and kind of distribute it normally. So Xbox users can download it, PC users without Fallout 4 script extender could download it. It would just be like downloading a normal mod, except it's going to place an entire settlement in your game. This is something I've talked about a few times in different videos, about something I've wanted for a long time. I can imagine a lot of people making these little mods of settlements, maybe having a fully fledged city that I don't want to go build a settlement somewhere, but now you have basically an additional town. How many times have you watched different people make videos of them building up something at like Red Rocket or even Spectacle Island? Well, now imagine the ability to download that build, place it into your game, and just go there and act like it's a normal town with shops and different things like that. Or even just building in one of your personal saves and transporting it to another save game. All around, this sounds like a very promising mod. I'm extremely excited for it, and again, it's not a weapon or an armor mod. The video with more details is linked down below if you do want to see it in action. But again, I'm very excited for this, and I think you should be too. So next up, we do have a weapon mod. That's going to be the PM Makarov. So I showed you this a number of episodes now, and I think it's going to be one of my final updates until we get a kind of proper in-game picture or even closer to release. Regardless, now we have kind of a tactical version. All the different attachments laid out very nicely in an easy to see way. And just right off the bat, you can see you do have some different rails. So you have rails on the top as well as bottom rails, and you do have kind of a forward grip, a laser sight, different barrels. And this one actually is pretty interesting. It seems like there is both kind of a longer barrel version, so kind of a built-in longer barrel, and then one that's attachable. So it seems like one of those is just going to be a straight up super long barrel that you can attach to like a silencer. And then of course a silencer, a compensator, some different scopes, as well as that massive stock that we did see in the past. I personally do like the trend that some mod authors are going with adding stocks and long barrels to some of these different pistol mods, almost making them viable as a primary weapon. I just think sometimes it's fun to mix things up and actually use a pistol as a primary. Maybe you only have ammo for it, and maybe you can afford to make the stock for it. And even just something as simple as a full stock on a pistol would make a huge difference. And even in game, it is a huge improvement to accuracy and even range in a lot of instances. All around, this mod is looking very promising through all these different pictures. I'm very excited to see what it's going to be like in game and actually with some sounds and animations. Regardless, definitely something I'm going to be keeping my eye on. So next up, we have the Vehicle Overhaul mod. This is going to be by a mod author that has posted a number of smaller mods, some different player home mods and things like that. None of them getting massive amounts of attention, but a lot of them actually being pretty high quality now going through and looking at them. So what I have here is two different images of different vehicles, or really different image sets. What he does say is this mod is going to aim to add in a bunch of different vehicles into the game. It seems like they're going to be placeable settlement objects. Maybe even some of them will be scattered around the map naturally. Regardless, right now we have the US Army pickup Jeep, which as you can see has that really cool minigun on the back there. And just imagine this as a workable settlement object in the defense category. I think that would be very cool, and I really do hope it's working, even if only you could use it, or if a guy will stand in there. I think that would look very cool in a number of different settlements, having two of these kind of parked out the front. Then we do have the post-war pickup, which is going to be very similar, just kind of doesn't have the machine gun or anything like that, and the top is a little bit different. The post-war pickup was posted first, and it seems like he kind of developed the mod further as to how it's going to become. Regardless, both of these do look pretty high quality, and especially that US Army Jeep. I'm very excited to see where he goes with this mod in whole. I would love to see more vehicles kind of thrown together to make them workable security things with some different guns attached. I think there's quite a few interesting possibilities there. Regardless, again, definitely looks promising, and it's not a weapon mod, something a little bit different. So last but certainly not least, we have a bit of an update to the toggle pistol. I did show you some really early work in progress pictures of this before, and now we are getting some more complete ones with a bunch of different attachments and some different variants all around. As you can see, these progress pictures definitely make it seem like this gun is going to be very high quality. This mod author hasn't actually released a mod yet, but he is the same person that was working on the laser RCW. All around, again, this does look very cool. I really love seeing all these different attachments, and it actually seems like a pretty practical looking almost submachine gun, although the magazine seems like it might be a little bit small for that. Regardless, even if it's only semi-automatic, I think this would be a pretty cool gun and a little bit different than some of the stuff we do have right now. Even just based off the different stock and handguard there, it looks like something that is going to stand out. And as you can see, even from these pictures, we have a few different stock options and handguard options already, which is obviously very promising this far into the development cycle. This is a gun that I'm personally very excited for. I really love this kind of era of weapons and the style of weapons in general, so I'm excited to see what it looks like in game. That's pretty much going to wrap it up for this episode of upcoming mods. Hopefully you guys do like this episode. Hopefully you liked a decent balance of weapon mods to not weapon mods. Obviously there's still two weapon mods in this, but there's two pretty massive non-weapon mods. If you did watch to this point in the video, let me know by commenting coffee down below. And as always, I hope to see you guys all next time. Later.